Hello friends, it's Kayla. Welcome to the however many days of la. I'm so excited to kick it off with this short and sweet vlog. I also making this a video series is starting to sound so silly because it's just all of my end of year content, but apparently I feel the need to organize it and give it an intro. This year it's gonna be 3 videos, a day off, 3 videos, a day off, 3 videos, a day off. 1 video? 10 days. Let's say it's gonna be 10 days going over my least favorite books, my favorite books, holiday vloggy things. That's this one. Basically all I'm gonna do in this video is read short stories and participate in winter activities. I made it sound weird. My goal for the next, I think it's 2 weeks until Christmas, is to read everything from Christmas and Other Horrors, Winter Solstice Anthology, edited by Ellen Datlow, and to read another short story, a novella, called The Christmas Guest by Peter Swanson. I thought about having a more ambitious TBR, but I just think a couple short stories a day is probably the best way to go about this, because I never really read festive books, and this will be a nice lead up to the holidays. I already tabbed all of the short stories in here because I wanted to know how many there were. And now I forgot. 18. I feel like this is going to be just a great short story collection for me. Some of my favorite authors are in here. And then I've heard that this is just wild and wacky. So I will read the first short story after my first activity, which is decorating. I pulled out my holiday decor only just yesterday, pretty late in the season because I've been just busy. So I thought we'd put a couple things together and you could listen to some copyright-free Jingle Belly music. And then I'll tell you about a horrific short story. Cool? Can you imagine being such a good singer that you can just provide the soundtrack to your own videos? Jingle bell, jingle bell. Ooh, I bought a new one. Ah! This is like a big chunk of marble and it's just a triangle, but it feels tree-like. Let's put you away, maybe forever. Just kidding, I haven't read my final book of the year yet for my members TBR jar, so keep an eye out for my December wrap-up, which will be one of the 10 days of la to find out what I thought about this. Jingle bells swinging, jingle bells ring. Do you think pumpkin cheesecake could be a Christmas scent? I feel like it could. Yeah. I've got trees in so many places. There might be too many trees here. I actually think I hate this. Oh, my heat's on. That's why I'm so hot. I didn't film myself doing these because I have to get up on a chair and it's very wobbly and I didn't want to scare you all. But pom-poms. The TV stand was Rob's contribution last night. He pulled everything out. That one's actually a candle. I can't remember what it smells like. I still don't know what it smells like. I was thinking peppermint. It doesn't say. Why should you only burn it for 2 hours at a time? Okay. Hey, do you remember that time I said, let's do a montage and then proceeded to not shut the fuck up? That was fun. The boys are out getting ice cream. I read the first story in here and I gave it 5 stars. It was called The Importance of a Tidy Home by Christopher Golden. And if you don't know, because why would you remember this, I DNF'd to Christopher Golden this year and then proceeded to read a second one and gave it 2 stars. So I thought me and Christopher Golden had beef, but this has redeemed him. So maybe for short stories, this is the answer for me. It's called The Importance of a Tidy Home. Did I say that? And it's set in Austria. And it's about these like spirits that reward people who start, what's it called? It started with an E, like Christmas Epiphany. I don't know if it's like a real thing. I'm assuming it's a real thing and he didn't make this up, but it's like these spirit, well, like the idea of the spirits isn't real, but the story is an origin story outside of Christopher Golden. And he just made it like horror. So anyway, there are these spirits that come and they visit you at Epiphany. And if you are like taking care of your house and you're keeping it clean and you're ready to start the new year fresh, then they reward you. But in Christopher Golden's tale, we were following a couple men who are unhoused, and they learn that the spirits punish people for not having a clean home. It was tense and I loved it. So that's what's new with me. What's new with you? Oh, just kidding, me again. I bought this at HomeSense 5 let's say 7 years ago for the drama. It's my favorite blanket. I love it so much. 1 week ago at HomeSense, I find the matching cushion, the same fabric, the same color. It is the same store, so it makes sense. But one side is fuzzy, and I was just so excited to stumble across it, and it's so cozy. And that's all I have to say. I officially put away all of my yellow and mustard toned things and brought out all of the whites and creams and greens and pinks. We just finished playing Remoli. This is my mom's Remoli board. Oh my God. And we've decided we're gonna play every night and just continue. So like you start with all of these coins, and this is my mom's coin collection. She's an icon. Check this one out. Check this one out. Ooh. Where did that go? Do you think there's coin YouTube where they look through all of their coins and they show them off? I bet this isn't how they do it. Anyway, that's all I've got. Just waiting for my ice cream because I'm a princess. I guess I'll show you more coins while I wait. I've got buffaloes. This one's a rabbit. Hello? Do you think this is a rabbit? Thank you.
It's a hare.
I was gonna say that. Cheers.
Can I have some?
You have ice cream in your beard.
You can have it.
Today's holiday season activity is Christmas shopping. Not for my family, but for 10 other people. Our hockey team adopted a local family, which is like my favorite thing to do around the holiday season because we live in such a small community. It's to, you know, make sure everybody has a great Christmas. And there are 10 people in this family. And when I was signing up for what I wanted to be responsible for, I signed up for stockings. And each individual one I was checking off, and I was like, okay, I can do a couple of stockings. But then I was thinking, if somebody else does some other stockings, then the stockings won't all match. And then what if somebody's idea of stocking is like pure treats and other people's ideas of stockings is like toys and trinkets, and then like it'll be unevenly spread amongst the family. So I ended up signing up for all 10 stockings. So now I need to go shopping for 10 stockings. I also have to buy the actual physical stockings. So I'm on a big mission today. I also have super bad cramps. I'm trying to keep it energetic. It's tough. I haven't read another story from the collection, but as soon as I'm done with all of my shopping today, then I will do that. Wish me luck. I think it's gonna be great. I may have gone a little bit overboard. I don't know if all of this is gonna fit in the stocking because Rob also stopped at Costco and got some big thick socks and these like squishmallow ornaments, and I feel like those are gonna take up the whole thing. I did find stockings. I had to go to so many different places because they were sold out, and I'll tell you about the next couple of stories while I pack this up. I would have Liam help, but some of these are gonna be repeated in his stocking, so I don't want to spoil anything. The most challenging thing I think is stocking stuffers for adult men. So I grabbed meeeeeee. I got like hand warmers, everyone can have one of those. Hand sanitizer from Bath and Body Works. There was so many different scents, like woodlands. Oh, and then I found a pack of poopery, holiday scented. Oh, and then I found hockey stick shaped pens. For the girlies, I found a bunch of face masks. Everybody's gonna get a candy cane full of candy. I got a bunch of jelly beans. There are a couple boba ones. And then everybody will get like a game. So this is like finger football or hockey. And then everybody has like one individual thing that nobody else got, like a Hot Wheels, an Archie comic, these little nail wraps. Oh, and then everybody gets a matching keychain because how cute. Candy canes, chocolate. Unfortunately for me, the next 3 stories that I just read in the collection were not wins. The second one was called The Ones He Takes by Benjamin Percy, and it was like a festive child abduction story turned on its head, and I didn't love it. I think I'm giving it a 3. And then His Castle by Alma Katsu, I also gave a 3. In typical Alma Katsu fashion, it was a lot about like folklore and learning about the history of different customs and culture, and it didn't leave a lot of room for scares. It was like a home invasion story, and I found it to be just okay. And then the most recent one that I just read, I gave like a 2, and I just don't get it. It was about a scarecrow, and like I always want to love folk horror, but a lot of times it just doesn't end up working for me. It was called The Mockin Field by Terry Dowling. So far 2 of these authors were brand new to me, 2 I've read from before, and we'll see how the rest of it shakes up. I read another story, I'm doing another activity. This may not seem like a holiday activity because it's just going to the library, but doing end of year content is my holiday activity. So I have to go fill up this whole bag with all the library books that I read this year that I just re-reserved. And I wish I had organized this better and split it up between different like weeks or whatever, but they all came in at the same time and I have to go check out like 30 to 40 bucks. I'm gonna look ridiculous. I'm here right before school ends, so hopefully there won't really be anybody in there. I'm not gonna hold up the line. But the next story was called The Blessing of the Waters by Nick Mamatas, and I gave it a 2. I didn't really like it. It hinted it was gonna be something about Christmas goblins, and then it wasn't. It was more just about there was a lot of arguing, and it was priest and death. It had a Greek setting, which is interesting, added something different. But yeah, so far, not many of these have really elicited a great response where I feel like I really want to talk about the story itself and give you a good plot and like tell you what I liked and didn't like about it. The last good chunk has just been okay. I'll be back when my bag is full. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you normally walk in and there's a wall of books that have been reserved, and you go and you take your books off the shelf and you check them out. I walk in, and where my books normally are is a huge red box full of all the books. I've never taken out so many that they needed to put them in a bin instead of just on the shelf. My name was plastered on it. It was just like this bright shining light. Everybody, look at this bitch who reserved everything in this library. My bag is too big for me to hold here and show you. I was struggling to walk out the door. Good Lord. Today's actual holiday activity is snowboard shopping. Liam has grown 4 inches since last season. So it's a new board, new boots, new bindings, new helmet, new snow pants. Probably not a new jacket kind of day. And I guess he wants to go up to the hill tomorrow with his friends. So I gotta get my stuff together. Snowboard haul. Check it out. Board. Wow. Check it out. Boots. Check it out. Helmet. Weird how none of this is mine, yet it fits me almost perfectly. Today's festive activity is watching a holiday movie with my channel members. So I have my most festive sweater on, and my garlands fell off my bookshelves, which happens every year. But we're gonna watch Single All the Way together, which I have low expectations for just because I can't think of the last holiday rom-com I actually liked. Expectations are low, but hopes are obviously high, and I'm sharing it with all of these individuals. So I hope we all have a jolly good time. We are halfway through the movie, taking a brief intermission for like a bathroom break and a hot chocolate break. I need to decide what mug I want. I also need to clean this out this week. Rob has always complained about my mug collection, not in a way that he actually thought I would get rid of any, but made it very clear that I own too many mugs. And now that I don't drink coffee, I can agree with him that I don't use them anymore. I'm trying to think of my most festive one though. This one has a hockey player on it. Oh, this one has mittens. Cold hands, warm heart. Anyway, that's a job for a different day. Oh, and I have marshmallows somewhere. Oh, look how cute. Rob said this hot chocolate is actually really gross. Huh. Anyway, back to my movie. All right, the movie went well. People seem to generally enjoy it. It was definitely corny, as you expect. I didn't find it too cringy, though there were some aspects of it I didn't love. I overall liked it for a holiday I was gonna call it a rom-com. Was it? Some of the characters were funny. A holiday romance. Today's activity was hockey. Liam's team lost, which is fine. They, I think, are like pretty even in the season with wins and losses, which is, I mean, honestly what you hope and what you expect if the tiers are done properly, which I think they are this year. If all the teams get the proper rating, you shouldn't be sweeping the entire season. As fun as that can be, like Liam was APing last year for a team and they like won every single game. And it's fun to watch, obviously, but at the same time, it's like, are they actually trying as hard as they can, or are they just coasting? And then are they really learning as much as they could if they were struggling? So overall, the season has been really fun to watch. They're doing their best. I am not gonna lie, I'm feeling unmotivated to continue in this because the last couple haven't been great, and I'm desperate for another win. So I'm wondering if I should just keep reading in order or skip a couple and go to an author that I've read before. But maybe I should also just go in order and keep with the intent. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna read Dry and Ready by Glenn Hirschberg next, and I'll give you my rating. We got another 2-star. This one had like some nature stuff, had some creature stuff. It was just really long and really dull. So I gave it a 2. Well, I surely didn't think it was gonna get worse, but Garth Nix is getting a 1. Last drinks at Bondi Beach or Bondi Beach. I don't know, for you to write a vampire story and get a 1 from me, like you did something wrong. Have you ever read a short story collection that is like really traditional and then once in a while it'll throw in, or even just like once it'll throw in a poem and you're like, where did that come from? This wasn't a poem, but it might as well be. It wasn't a traditional structure. And my opinion is when you're building an anthology, either they all need to be traditional or it needs to be a mix of like styles. But for one to just come in here with like a pure dialogue back and forth, not just that, but like one that wasn't good and didn't like what didn't matter, it felt like a bigger a small piece of a bigger thing. I just did not like that. Tananarive does much with her novels. It's longer than the other people's horror novels or horror short stories, so let's see how this one goes. Hater Kayla has arrived, so that's unfortunate. Tananarive Dew's story did indeed save the day. I gave it a 4. It was actually connected to her story that was in Other Terrors, which is an anthology I really didn't like. And in her author's note, she said that she is thinking about writing a novel, and those two are like origin stories of the creature that's going to be in it. I really like the way that she integrates family dynamics into her stories, so I gave it a 4. Did I already say that? I'm tired. It's early. Today's festive activity, I guess, is just finding Liam something to donate, because they do like holiday baskets for the food bank and every day they have to collect something different. I think today it's like sauces and condiments. And I don't know if rice vinegar would work, but I do have that. Is there a day where they're collecting something you could donate gum for? We have so much gum. Another festive activity, Liam opening his advent calendar. Let me update you. The quality of this, would not recommend picking up one of the Martha Stewart advent calendars. It ripped off after like 5 days maybe. And also like the chimney is off. You already opened this today, didn't you?
Yeah.
In the morning. Candy in the morning. Do you
open advent calendars in the morning?
Do you all let your kids open them in the morning or before bed?
You don't wait till you go to bed to open your gifts.
Okay. Today is for wrapping presents. I've been out shopping all day. And now I have 45 minutes until everybody gets home to wrap their presents. This isn't all, there's like 2 things on the desk because this is going up Christmas Eve and perhaps my family might see it. Can't give anything juicy away. I just read The Ghost of Christmas Past by Richard Kadri. And what it did have going for it is it was a nice reprieve from all of the dark stories. Some of these are like cozier and goofier, but not too many of them. This one was especially goofy. It reminded me a bit of, let me think, a mix of like the Final Girl support group and the September House. And it was about this girl in a relationship and her hiding certain things about her past, including that every Christmas something comes after her. I gave it a 3.75. First present down. And now it's time for a present for me. I haven't agreed to being sent very many ARCs in the last couple months. There's only actually one that's coming to mind right now. Oh my gosh. It's everyone on this train is a suspect. This is so tough because it's an ARC, so I should be reading it before it comes out. But I also kind of want to include it in this vlog that I'm thinking of for like March, where I read sequels. But also I could just read this in January, put it in my wrap up, and then not post, take like clips for the vlog, but not post that vlog until March. So I'm still like promoting it in the month that it comes out, but then it's included in the one later in the year where I'm going to talk about this one, I think Emily Wilde. Oh, Finley Donovan Rolls the Dice. Anyway, thank you to the publisher. I'm going to get back to wrapping. We're having a cookie decorating contest. You have 10 minutes to make the ugliest Christmas sweater you can. How come there's white goo?
It's frosting for...
Yeah, but why both? What color are you gonna do, babe?
white.
Mine doesn't look anything like this. There must be some trick I'm missing. Like, why is there so smooth?
Talent?
Oh. Who decided red and green were Christmas colors?
Jesus.
Do you guys want to drive around and look at the Christmas lights tonight? That's so beautiful. Is it a tree? Oh no, it's mistletoe.
Yeah. Tempted to be mistletoe. The green kind of popped on me, so I had to. It was supposed to be up. Oh, that's awkward.
I was so distracted by your beautiful cookie.
Now I have to try and make the Grinch. It's gonna be so hard.
The Grinch?
Yeah. Did Mom tell you that she broke her tooth?
He was there.
Broke your tooth?
Yeah, when you were trying on your snow pants at the store.
You broke?
Yeah, I was eating a mint while I was waiting for you, and I broke my tooth on the mint.
How hard was that mint?
I don't know. I thought it was as hard as a rock, but apparently it was my tooth I was chewing on.
Actually, let's see. Which tooth?
It's not here. Wait, Liam, that's beautiful. How did you do? Did you do the spiral on purpose? That's cute. It looks like the flower from Beauty and the Beast.
Wise men.
I'm eating them.
Thank you so much for showing my friends. Here's mine.
Well, yours definitely got the nicest looking.
And here's my second one. Should we rate every house out of 10 on how much we like it, or just appreciate everybody and the effort they put in?
Appreciate it.
Okay, so we're gonna rate them and judge them?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a winery. That's why they did it. Do you like these? Ooh, I like this one. This is a 9 out of 10 for me. How did they do that?
Imagine every tree in real life was like one night where it just automatically gets decorated. Second, the game gets updated.
Oh my god. You know they're so excited to do that too. I think the Christmas festivities are over, except for actual Christmas Eve and Christmas. I've gotten videos done and gifts bought, and I feel organized, but I also feel very tired. I read Stephen Graham Jones's story from here, which I thought might be a favorite. It's called Our Recent Unpleasantness, and it was about a woman who could take off her head. It was strange, as you expect from the collection. It was fine, maybe like a 3.5. I have made the executive decision to pause on the anthology, and I'm gonna finish it like later or tomorrow, and I have started The Christmas Guest instead. I'm halfway through now. I wanted to get a chunk of the way in so I knew what it was actually about, and then I've heard it kind of goes off the rails or there's a reveal or something, so I wanted to film myself reading the last 50 pages. So this is about an American girl who is in university, and she gets invited on this Christmas trip, or she gets invited to her friend's family home for their Christmas vacation, rather. And while she's there, there's like this weird guy that they see in the woods sometimes who like seems to be wearing a Santa beard mask. And then the guy that she meets there, who she is instantly attracted to, is the girl who invited her to her twin brother. But he is being like suspected of murdering a girl. There was just a murder recently in the town, and it apparently the girl looks a lot like our main character, Ashley, but it also says she looks similar to the girl, the student who invited her, Emma. So I don't know if that's like a hint towards something, that like they're gonna be related, or I don't know, but it's written in a series of journal entries, which is like my favorite thing, and it's all italicized, and there's so many pretty just like doodles. And it seems as though these diary entries are being read by somebody. It only popped in once. At the beginning, this woman was going through her closet and finding all of these letters and stuff. The events of the horrific week are revisited along with a diary from that time. What began in a small English village in 1989 reaches its ghostly conclusion in modern day New York, many Christmas seasons later. I'm very into it so far. There's nothing that I'm not liking. It's quick, it's to the point. And now I'm in chapter 2, I guess. What? A reveal right away, first page, okay? I'm gonna have to edit out something that I just said because I don't want to give away that I apparently knew what was coming. it. Obviously with a novella, like there's not that much more that I can really tell you about or should tell you about. I would definitely recommend it kind of easily. I don't think it's like one of the greatest things I've ever read, but it pulls off a reveal at the halfway point. It pulls the rug out from under you for a second at the end. It's pretty much exactly what was promised to me, and I think this was perfect. The perfect experience for me to read leading up to Christmas. I think this is also like a pretty expected Peter Swanson kind of story. It's following the types of characters that he has built before. There's one thing that makes me a little bit weary to recommend it broadly, but I can't get into that. So now I'm just gonna marathon the rest of the stories in that anthology and let you know one at a time what the ratings are. Hopefully it gets really good. Nadia Bulkin's story, All the Pretty People, was a 4. It was about a group of friends and Festivus and a secret between the group and a little bit of a weird game. I need it to be a full novel. It was very intriguing. I'm such a Josh Mallerman fangirl. Like, this was so good. 5 stars. Oh my god. It was called Loyally Sona, and it was tense as hell. And it was about a sauna. Oh, sauna. Lowly sauna. Idiot. Where this man gets invited to his Finnish girlfriend's family home, and they participate in this sauna that, I don't know, either makes you hallucinate or like makes you just question what's really going on. Oh, I loved it. Josh Mallerman saves the day. Oh, next is Cassandra Khaw, who I've given a 2-star to twice with their novels. So wish me luck. Final ratings. Let's go through them. Cassandra Khaw's story called Cold was a 2. It was about creatures and the apocalypse. Karen Warren's story, Grave of Small Birds, I gave a 4. It gave big like midsummer vibes to me. It was kind of like a beauty contest. The Visitation by Jeffrey Ford, I gave a 2. It was about like one of those classic stories where a stranger shows up at the door. Can you trust them or not? On Christmas. The Lord of Misrule by M. Rickett, I also gave a 2. It was about like a weird evil child, which is not my favorite type of story. No Light by Gemma Files, I also gave a 2. It was a lot about gods and mythology. I just wasn't into it. And then Afterwards by John Langan, I also gave a 2. This one was very like sexual, and his author's note was talking about how like horrifying Christmas stories don't tend to go that way, so he wanted to. And it was mostly like a story being told to someone within the story rather than us actively being inside of it. So it was an interesting choice. I didn't like it. If you love this anthology, I'm so happy for you. I don't think I would recommend it broadly, at least purchasing it full price, like brand new. You have to read it right now. If you did read it and love it, because I've seen some other people following along with this, let me know your favorite. I would love to hear about it. I only gave 2 5-stars, and the majority was 2s. So I feel like I would rate it a 3 overall, but I think mathematically it would actually be a 2, which is really disappointing. It's still always fun to get introduced to all of these different ideas. I just, yeah, I didn't like it. I would say if you really want to read it, maybe put a hold in it at your library or wait until the audiobook comes onto one of the platforms where it's a reasonable price. Apparently it's not coming out till March, which is an interesting choice. Anyway, happy holidays. Hope you're having a great time. You will see me 9 more times over the next 2 weeks, 10 if you're a channel member, because I had a vlog fail that was not a success. It's just getting posted for them. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.